Dear students, here Dr. Ajay Kumar will be dealing with gas turbine now. This whole PDF material I have taken from my book, that is Thermal and Fluid Power Engineering. So let us start chapter gas turbine. Dear students, as you know, gas turbine is a rotary device like your steam turbine that is used for producing large power in a self-contained and compact unit. As you know, all rotary devices are more efficient than a reciprocating device like your IC engines. This rotary device has more generating system that should have minimum weight and should occupy minimum space. So it should have minimum weight and minimum space. There is another thing that is called power by weight ratio. If a device produces more power having less weight, that is preferable, and that is fulfilled over here. This gas turbine, which are used for driving ships in marine purposes and aeroplanes, where the power requirements lies in the range of 5 to 10 megawatt. So, dear students, this gas turbine has two systems, closed system and open system. As a whole, gas turbine speed is around 52,000 RPM, 50 to 100,000, 50 to 100,000 RPM, which is very well developed, and weight is also considerably reduced. Mainly, this gas turbine power plant is applicable for aircraft propulsion, ship propulsion, and power plant generation. Though thermodynamic efficiency is lower than 30%, this problem can be improved with help of combined power generation. So, dear students, let us go through the application of gas turbine. So, mainly the applications are meant for power generation as peak load plants. This is another important one because of its low weight for power. I told you this is fulfilling power by weight ratio. If power by weight ratio is more, this is preferable, and that is suitable to gas turbine. This is used in land vehicles like buses and trucks, and also to drive locomotives and marine ships, just like I told. Another important one is used for military applications as well, that is power generation in tanks. Now, the gas turbine plant used for aircraft that differs from industrial gas turbine plant. That is due to the life of industrial gas turbine plant is of the order of this much R, right, against 1200 hours for aircraft engine. So the power plant gas turbine having more life compared to aircraft. For aircraft, life is this much hours, and for power plant, gas turbine power plant, it is this much. Other things are okay here. Now let us go to classification. Just I told that only there are two types, that is open cycle gas turbine and closed cycle gas turbine. So dear students, first let us go through open cycle gas turbine. So here the structure is given to you. Now according to this schematic diagram, let us first compare with IC engine, whether it is a petrol engine or diesel engine. In that IC engine, we have seen all the processes: compression of working fluid, combustion, expansion, and exhaust. All four processes along with suction as well. So we can say total five processes. Five processes are suction, compression of working fluid, combustion, expansion, and exhaust. All five processes are completed in a single unit, that is called cylinder piston arrangement. Whereas in gas turbine, all these processes are taking place separately. Separately in the sense, here this is your compressor which sucks atmospheric air from outside. It compresses from low pressure to high pressure. So at point 2 we get compressed air at high pressure. This compressed air is supplied to combustion chamber. So as we know, after compression of air, temperature becomes so high, and then the moment fuel is injected, that air burns, and after burning of that air, heat is produced at high pressure, and henceforth this hot air at high pressure is supplied to this turbine. Turbine, as you know, my dear students, is an expansion device. So hot air is expanded from high pressure to low pressure. So high pressure at point 3 and low pressure at point 4. So this turbine produces power. Now the power produced by this turbine is supplied to run this compressor, because compressor, as you know, is a power consuming device. Now initially just to start this compressor, we have a starter. So first starter runs this compressor, and whenever the power is being produced by this gas turbine, right, this some portion of power is supplied to run the compressor, and after that the starter gets switched off. Then net power, that is called shaft power, that is your W2, that is turbine work minus compressor work. So this net work is used to drive a shaft. So this could be useful to run your aircraft or any other machine. Right now, the exhaust gas after producing power is supplied to atmosphere directly. So dear students, all these processes are mentioned on TS diagram. So here it is. This P1 indicates about atmospheric pressure. This P2 indicates about pressure in in combustion chamber. So process 1 2 is isentropic process taking place in compressor. Isentropic process taking place in compressor. Process point 1 is written here and point 2 is written over here. So theoretically we call it isentropic compression from pressure P1 to pressure P2. Then 2 to 3 heat addition takes place, whereas temperature increases from T2 to T3. From this T2 to T3. So we can say T3 indicates the maximum temperature achieved in this open cycle. Now at point 3, that hot gas having maximum temperature is supplied to steam turbine, to gas turbine to expand it. So this is expansion process 3 to 4. Again we call it isentropic expansion. Isentropic, that is entropy remains constant. So here this is your entropy, and here also isentropic compression S remains constant. Right. So after expansion in process 3 4 we produce work, and some portion of amount of work is supplied to run the compressor, and remaining work is used for driving shaft or for any other machine. So this is about your open cycle gas turbine. Why written open? Since this exhaust gas, after producing power from the gas turbine, it is directly supplied to atmosphere. There is no any closed circuit. So we call it open cycle gas turbine. So here around 80% turbine work WT, 80% turbine work is used as compressor work, and remaining is available for power generation. So around 20% is supplied to this shaft work. Right now, students, again clearly mentioned over here, it should be noted that process like compression, what I told earlier, like compression, combustion, expansion, do not occur in a single component as they do in reciprocating ICAG. All these processes are occurring in gas turbine separately, whereas in reciprocating engine altogether taking place in same cylinder piston arrangement. So now students, let us go for now closed cycle gas turbine, closed. So here the arrangement. Compared to the previous one, again let us start having point 1. Air, as a let us say gas, is supplied to this compressor. It is compressed from low pressure to high pressure. Here from low pressure to high pressure. Then compressed gas or air is supplied to this combustion chamber, whereas heat fuel is injected over here. Fuel is injected over here, and so that air burns. After burning, that heat is supplied along with high pressure to this gas turbine. Here in this combustion chamber, there is heat exchanger, that is we may supply you from outside of water over here. Its heat exchange takes place. Here heat is supplied. This Q1 is supplied, that is heat by the burning of fuel. So this Q1 is mentioned that after supplying fuel, heat is generated over here, that is total Q1 we can say as a heat supplied. due to burning of fuel. Right. Now, in this gas turbine, work is produced, that is called turbine work. Again, around 80% of work is supplied to compressor to run it, and remaining, that is Wt minus Wc, is supplied to for other purpose to run the machine. Now here at point 4, that exhaust gas or air is supplied to a heat exchanger, whereas from outside we can supply air or water to cool this hot gas, so that it will have a temperature lower over here with low volume. Otherwise, for compression, that compressor should have a bigger size. So to decrease the volume of this air or gas which is supplied to compressor, this is cooled over here. This is cooled over here in this heat exchanger by supplying water from outside, and let us say this water is supplied, and here we will be getting hot water. Here it is cold water in and hot water going out. So to get air or gas at low volume which is supplied to compressor. So in this way, gas is or air is recirculated and again without any contamination from outside. So this is the comparison between closed cycle and open cycle. So this comparison is written over here as an advantage. You can go through it. Here, dear students, we will be dealing with now Brayton cycle for gas turbine. So here we should have some empirical equations, that is same concept is considered over here, that is concept based on open cycle gas turbine. So open cycle gas turbine, just we have seen earlier. This is your compressor. At point 1, air is sucked, compressed air is going out. At point 2, it is supplied to a combustion chamber where fuel is injected, it comes out, it goes to turbine, hot gas at high pressure, work is produced, some amount of work is supplied to run the compressor. When this compression starts running, this starter is switched off. Initially, the starter is switched on only to run this compressor. When the work is being produced by turbine, it is supplied to compressor now, and then the starter is switched off. So that process is, all the processes are shown over here. So 1 to 2 on PP diagram is your compression, 2 to 3 expansion at constant pressure, heat addition at constant pressure, then 3 to 4 expansion, isentropic expansion, and then 4 to 1 exhaust taking place at constant pressure. So on TS diagram it is 1 to 2 isentropic compression, 2 to 3 heat addition, this is heat addition at constant pressure, 4 to 1 heat rejection at constant pressure, this is 3 to 4 isentropic expansion. So here we have assumptions, that is air is a working fluid and it behaves like an ideal gas. So throughout in the cycle, that air is considered to be an ideal gas, right? Now All processes are reversible and there is no heat loss in any process. Right? Next assumption, changes in kinetic and potential energy are negligible. There is no pressure drop in ducting and combustion chamber. No way. There is a pressure drop henceforth in process 2, 3 and 4, 1 also. In fact, actually there is a pressure drop take place in process 2, 3, but assumption first is made over here that there is no, this is a theoretical one, henceforth written, there is no pressure drop in ducting and combustion chamber. Now, dear students, very important parameter written, specific heats of the working fluid do not change with temperature. As you know that due to temperature there is a minor change in specific heat, whether it is Cp or Cv, minor change. But yes, it is mentioned here, specific heat do not change with temperature. Of course, theoretically there could be a change, slight change in fact, but here it is considered do not change. And the last one is mass of fuel is neglected. Here we supply air, here we supply at point 1 we supply air, right? Air is compressed, some amount of fuel is supplied over here. So assumption here that mass of fuel is neglected. This mass of fuel is neglected. So dear students, this cycle consists of following process which I told just now. So now let us go to thermal or air standard efficiency of this Brayton cycle. It was a developer named Brayton. Alright, so henceforth it is called a Brayton cycle. So yes, so for calculating air standard efficiency, since we are using air, we call it air standard efficiency as far as efficiency calculation is concerned. So let us take 1 kg of air. So first turbine work, that is H3 minus H4. H3 minus H4 in process 3, 4 heat work is produced. In process 3, 4 work is produced. In this is your expansion process 3 to 4. So here written H3 minus H4 Cp. M is this M mass is your 1 kg, henceforth 1 is not coming by. Likewise, compressor work, that is your H2 minus H1. Compression process is your 1 to 2, 1 to 2 process, compression process 1 to 2. Here in this PV diagram, this arrow mark already is given. This arrow mark is for this one. This arrow mark is for this process 3, 4. Right? Forget about this line. So now compressor work is your Cp T2 minus T1. So we got turbine work and compressor work. So net work would be turbine work minus compressor work. Right? Cp is taking out common. So here heat supplied to the system now in process 2 to 3 heat was supplied. Here it is in process 2, 3 heat was supplied in this process. Look at here in process 2 to 3, in process 2 to 3 this fuel was supplied to combustion chamber and henceforth this is written heat supplied H3 minus H2 in terms of specific heat Cp T3 minus T2. Right, now students, so easily you can get air standard efficiency, that is output upon input. So output is your shaft work and divided by heat supplied. Right, so just copy this total work divided by this heat supplied. So this and this, these two equations should be written over here, right? So now Cp gets cancelled over here, and then finally it is written in this form, this whole equation. Right now here take common T1 outside, so we can write T4 upon T1 minus 1, and in this one take common T2 and we can write in this way. Right now considering process 1, 2, all isentropic compression or expansion, students we know that is final or temperature ratio T2 upon T1, that is P2 upon P1 gamma minus 1 upon gamma, and if you write for volume it is written like this, V1 upon V2 gamma minus 1. So dear students, for process 1, 2 it is written like this, T2 upon T1, T2 upon T1 equal to P2 upon P1 raised to the power gamma minus 1, like this. So this is written over here. Similarly for expansion process 3, 4, so final T3 upon T4 again in terms of temperature, that is P3 upon P4, P3 upon P4 gamma minus 1 upon gamma. Right now this P3 is equal to P2. We have seen your PV diagram comes like this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your PV diagram for your cycle. So this P2 is equal to P3 and P1 is equal to P4. So this P3 is equal to P2 and this P4 is equal to P1. So we can write like this, right? Written over here this pressure values, right? So therefore we can write this T2 upon T1, T2 upon T1. This T2 upon T1 would be equal to T3 upon T4, T3 upon T4. Right, now take cross multiplication like this. So we can write in this way. So here it is now efficiency becomes 1 minus T1, T4 upon T1 minus 1, and here we have just taken reference of this one. So just it has been copied over here, right? So this whole thing gets cancelled, and henceforth we can write 1 minus T1 upon T2. So that is 1 minus, we can write 1 upon T2 upon T1, right? And this temperature ratio we can write in terms of pressure ratio like this, P2 upon P1 gamma minus 1. Why it is written in terms of pressure ratio? Because always pressure ratio comes in picture, and henceforth we can write this 1 minus this pressure ratio P2 upon P1 is your RP gamma minus 1 upon gamma. So we call it explosion ratio or pressure ratio. Now dear students, let us conclude about this Brayton cycle efficiency. So as pressure ratio increases, efficiency keeps on increasing. This is about for air, this is about for argon. If we are using working fluid as an air having gamma is equal to 1.4, this is a train. This is for argon having gamma is equal to 1.67. So in next video we will see other materials related to your gas turbine.